IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Food Bulletin, where we discuss the news and not news of the day. Hi Tejas.
Hey man.
Hey Jishnu.
Hello.
How do you guys do?
Very good.
Lukewarm.
Is that guy from Star? Too late.
There's so many of those. I once made a list of all these names that you could make out of names. Like
out of words?
What?
Like Mike Stand,
Mike Stand, yeah.
Jackfruit,
Scott
Free.
Love Scott Free.
All of these people.
These are all expressions that can be names.
Chris Pine Apple.
What?
That's a name that you're turning into an expression.
No.
How is Chris a word?
His name is Chris. His surname is Apple.
Chris Pineapple about this.
His first name is Chris. His last name is Apple.
No,
his
I
middle name is
feel
Pine.
you have missed the idea here.
Yeah.
The idea is like
Take a
name.
common phrase and turn it into a name.
Yeah.
Like
Mike Stand.
Mike Stand.
Like Michael Stand.
Sure, yes, that is correct. Do you have
Right.
any news for us, boys?
I have a news.
Give us a news.
Is
Is it a good news or a bad news?
It's a great news.
Oh, great.
If you're a Mortal Kombat fan,
Oh, shit. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
We can't afford the rights.
so we can.
Oh, yeah, we can. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You have to do the voice.
Excellent.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, so Mortal Kombat, beloved franchise, gory as and it's been kicking around since Sega Mega Drive, and so we have seen two iterations of films that are so bad that they're amazing.
Oh, good.
And
I
since then,
still contend the first Mortal Kombat.
is excellent.
It's possibly the best adaptation possible for Mortal Kombat. Other than, you remember that shot that went viral on the internet
So
about
it's-
like a gritty Mortal Kombat
So
reboot?
I saw the whole series. It was by Kevin Tancheron.
Yeah.
And it was
supposed to be a movie and then they turned it into a series.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
he made it as essentially
he did a
spec.
pilot, spec guy.
He made it to show to studios that a Mortal Kombat movie would be kick-ass. Then he put it out on the internet when there were no takers.
No, there was a taker. It was Machinima. So Machinima said, "Chalo, we'll put it on our." They were into the content game before any of these guys.
Correct.
So I guess if it was right now, it would have been like a YouTube originals. I don't know if you guys have been watching Cobra Kai,
Nah.
but it's dope.
Nope.
Sweet.
Are you watching any of the YouTube originals?
Not really.
I saw a bit of RDJ's AI thing.
That's cool.
That
I'm
was neat.
watching that.
It was
An
neat.
AI thing. What does
So
he do?
he's done a
He's
show
hosting
called
a show
Age
about
of AI. Yeah.
Okay.
It's his. It's like Will Smith's One Big Rock.
Didn't he already do a movie about it?
Yeah, I think that's the whole point that they
Right.
got him on board. But he is being typically RDJ, and it's quite cool. That like the information is good.
It's nice. It's informative. It's like here's some new AI techs, and this is our DJ telling you about it.
Okay.
It's
And
Interesting.
since we all spend so much time on YouTube, I was like, okay, might as well see who the game changers. Like YouTube is the best, right, at this game. Nobody can touch them when it comes to algorithms and discovery.
What is happening with Mortal Kombat?
So wait, hold on. Hold on.
No,
So
now
they
let's
have
talk
another
about originals.
So they
I'm
have
not a
another
big
show.
fan of any of these. None of them sound great to me off the bat.
Wait, what?
These YouTube originals.
No, so Cobra Kai is cool.
All right. Seems interesting.
All right,
Okay.
so let's move on. So Mortal Kombat was originally on YouTube, but from Machinima, and he did this whole series, and it was quite well done. I think that was a season 2, which I did not catch. But since then, it's been in production hell. Of late, in the last year, our man, who's the guy who did Aquaman?
James Wan.
James Wan.
Yeah.
Is shooting the film currently in Australia.
He's the boy who did the Saw.
The
Jake's
Saws.
favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah, he did many of the Saws.
He invented Saw.
He also
Wait, he did the first Saw?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And the first 3, I want to say, maybe?
Holy hell!
He also
Wow.
did
I don't know
Him
that.
and his
one more thing.
partner, I forget whom, but yeah.
Obi-Wan?
Yes.
See?
Very
See?
nice.
Good one.
See?
I loved it.
Huh? Sometimes it happens. Huh?
Amazing.
It can.
Quit while you're ahead. Aquaman
Huh.
is the other film that he did, if I'm not mistaken.
It is one he has done.
He did one more. Did he do The Conjuring? Who did The Conjuring series?
I don't think that's James Wan. It might be.
Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
so James Wan did that, and now he's directing Mortal Kombat. So that's good.
Who's in it?
All new peeps. I
All
wanna
the
say.
saves.
Awesome.
Raiden. Prince Goro.
Prince Goro, yes, you're right. No, you have to say it like Luke Cage, Scorpion. Anyway,
It's
that shit.
Johnny Cage, no?
Oh yeah, I said Luke Cage. I love Luke
The other
Cage.
Cage. Okay, rank the Cages. Duke, Lonnie and Nick.
Juke, Lonnie, and Nick.
Did I say Juke and
Yeah.
Lonnie? Sorry. I got too excited. Luke, Johnny, and Nick.
Obviously, Nick wins.
Nick is straight out the best.
He is the best. He's actually named after Luke Cage.
He's named after Luke Cage.
Yeah,
He's
so-
Nick
Oh.
Coppola. He's Nicholas Coppola, but he named himself Nicholas Cage after Luke Cage.
Yeah, because he loves Luke Cage.
But I mean, he's in the films, and he was named after the filmmaker also.
Yes,
Well, his
but
family
he wanted to not be associated with that family.
Huh.
Because I think he wanted to be recognized for his own merits.
And wow, he did it.
Yeah, he's done it.
He's got his own merits, I'd say that.
But
He's
that'd be
got his
like
own
that'd
damn
be
merits.
like being
Have
like
you ever
having
seen-
last name Scorsese and then changing it to Parker because you're a Spider-Man fan.
Yes, it
I
is
think
literally
that's
quite bad.
exactly that.
Let me give you a better example.
I did it.
It's
What
like
about it,
having
guys?
the last name Coppola and changing it to Cage.
It's like having Spielberg and calling yourself Murdoch.
People
like-
didn't do that.
It's like having a name called Kapoor and calling what's Chakra's last name?
Raj something, right?
Raj
Joshi.
Raj Rao. No, it's got to be
calling
an
himself-
alliterative
Yeah,
guy.
it's alliterative,
Oh,
yeah, for
God
sure.
damn it.
Joshi. Anyway, so Mortal Kombat is happening.
Okay.
It's cool.
That's nice.
But, so the news is, actually,
Yeah.
this is not all the news.
Oh.
by the way.
All
There's
right.
more.
What is the
Yeah.
news? It
So-
has been happening for a while.
It has been, yes, this one bit of news.
Yeah.
But I think because they want to precursor this Mortal Kombat like feels into the universe and get more people acquainted for the first time. What a no-brainer. This has never happened before, I think. An animated Mortal Kombat trailer dropped yesterday.
Really?
For a film called Mortal Kombat Legend of Scorpion? Or Revenge of
Oh,
Scorpion.
nice.
So
Get over here.
Yes, he's going to get over there
Yeah.
into the animated verse because they've got a straight to DVD, well, straight to Blu-ray kind of release happening. I think in the spring, which is not too far ahead, and it looks pretty good. It looks like a DC film, and in fact, it has been made by the DC
By Warner Bros?
So the guy who wrote Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go, so he's written this.
Nice. So he
And
knows
he's-
how to do versus stories.
Exactly. and it's directed by the guy who made Batman Arkham Assault on Arkham. So
Sweet. Those are all great. That was the better Suicide Squad movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, it was supposed to be Suicide Squad, and then they were like, "No, we
It
need
was.
Batman to sell this," and
Yeah.
they were right.
They
Anyway,
needed branding.
so that movie is coming out pretty soon, and I think it'll set up the Mortal Kombat universe quite nicely.
In the animated world.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the live action
No, it
movie.
doesn't. But I think it's just
Interesting.
they're putting out more content out there to kind of get the Mortal Kombat vibes. Not that the game. I think the game does plenty of that, but the people who aren't playing the game.
There is a new edition of that game that is apparently really good.
So no,
11,
yeah,
right?
So 11 is
11th
out.
edition, yeah.
It's good, and I went for the launch, which was cool. And
Was
then,
Scorpion there? He didn't get over there.
Sahil Shah and Meghna Mowgli were there,
Okay.
and they proceeded to beat my ass at the game. But but the cool thing is that they often do this as like a DLCs, basically add characters. So this time the characters that have been added, like in previous iterations, like the Xenomorph, Terminator, and all that shit. In this one, like the Joker is there, Spawn is there, Sindel from the original Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is there. Lots of
Nice.
cool characters, and equally gruesome fatalities.
Of course.
Cool.
Yes.
That's the gist of it, right?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Love Mortal Kombat.
They're the greatest.
Who's
your favorite guy?
Fight. Who's my favorite? I was-
Raiden.
Raiden is super overpowered, man. Okay, anyway,
That's the problem. He's a god.
Yeah, he's a
right?
god.
It's
No.
kind of unfair.
In the original, my favorite, back in the day was Kung Lao. He was not the descendant. Look, Liu Kang is his descendant.
Yeah.
But he has this like hat which has a blade on it. You can just use that in any way. Pretty cool. But actually,
That's like Odd Job.
it is like Odd Job.
Yeah,
You're right.
sure.
But my favorite, all-time favorite, is new Sub-Zero. Not old Sub-Zero with the mask. New Sub-Zero. So new Sub-Zero is the younger brother of Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero was originally an asshole.
Zero.
Sub-Zero. He
did
was
that
called
myself,
minus
guys.
3. Anyway,
He's measured in Kelvin.
so Sub-Zero was a dick because he murdered
Zero.
Hataro. No, I can't remember his name. So
Hattori
basically,
Hanzo.
No, Hattori
From the Kill Bill
Hanzo. But it
universe.
sounds very similar.
Right.
So that's Scorpion's real name. And then Scorpion and his family die, and Scorpion goes to hell and basically becomes.
Wait, when does all this happen?
This is the story of Mortal Kombat, guys. Come on.
Ah.
Anyway, so he goes to hell and basically, like Spawn, comes back to kind of have revenge on all the people who put him in that. So he kills Sub-Zero. But then he's going to kill New Sub-Zero. But New Sub-Zero is like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
I didn't know this was the backstory to New Sub-Zero. All right.
So New Sub-Zero is a good Sub-Zero. He's cool.
He's
literally.
the other backstory. Sub-Zero and Scorpion look the same because they were like, we need another character, but we don't want to redesign a whole new guy and waste time on the
exactly
graphics.
how it happened.
Yeah, we can't afford more textures.
So yeah, one guy's yellow, one guy's blue. But
And
then they were
there's a
like,
green.
now we can do it. Technology is advanced. We have more money. So now there's a guy with his thing off.
No, but then there's another. There's green. There's Reptile.
Reptile also, of course.
Then there's the shadow one, which is called Noob Cybot, which everyone was really like after because he could have this power where people couldn't hurt him in the game.
He was a secret character,
He was a secret character because if you reverse the name, it says Tobias and Boone, which are Ed Boone and Nate Tobias, the guys who made
the game.
Yeah. So there you go.
Noob Cybot.
Noob Cybot. I don't know if that's his full name. I don't know if Tobias' real name is that, but like Ed Boone is on Twitter and he's great also.
So that's your favorite Mortal Kombat guy?
New Sub-Zero.
New Sub-Zero. Jigs, give us yours.
I'm more of a Tekken guy myself.
Okay.
my
Give
God.
us
Give us
your
the Tekken guy.
I love Tekken, man.
Oh, okay.
It's not either
I didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Don't say
You
Eddie
lied.
Gordo.
No.
Liar.
Kazuya Machine.
Good, Kazuya's the boss,
I
man.
like Kazuya. I like Yoshimitsu.
Yoshimitsu.
Because he can
He does that
hop
kick.
on a. He does a lot of kicks, but he can hop on his sword like a pogo stick.
Yes, you're right.
It does nothing. It's not
you
even a
can't
move.
touch it. No, you can't. It is a move.
I mean,
So
like it's a
basically,
shitty move.
I'll tell you what happens. So
Yeah.
basically, you can do like low attacks in the game. So if you do a low attack while he's on that, the person who touches the blade gets electrified. Boom. All right.
I didn't play a lot of Tekken. I was more of an MK boy, but Prince Goro, I enjoy.
In Mortal Kombat.
In Mortal Kombat, yeah. Especially because of his move of like lifting you with two hands and then
And punching
like
you.
wailing on you with the other two.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Amazing.
Love it. You
And-
don't get to play as him for a long time until you unlock like a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
have
stuff.
to unlock
Yeah.
him, but in
'Cause
the
he's a
movie
villain.
version, he gets punched in the nuts by Johnny Cage.
But yeah. Who does a split to punch him in the nuts?
Yeah,
no?
so good.
Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade.
Now-
She's so good in the games, by the way. And by the way, Johnny Cage.
Very powerful, but a lot of people wouldn't play her because they're like, well, boys play boys, girls play girls.
Oh yeah.
That used to be a thing.
What?
That sounds very 1990 to me.
It is very
that
1990.
still-
It's very like
Okay,
a
I
I hope
7-year-old
that's
boy.
not a thing
I used to play
anymore.
as Sonya
it's not.
Blade for only one reason. She has a fatality which is a lot like Melina's, which is like this kiss of death thing, where she like, I think it was hers, I'm not even sure, but like, yeah, so basically, she had a really, she can lock her legs around your head and snap your head.
right,
snap your
yes,
head.
So she can do
yes.
the Black Widow move.
Yeah. But except she snaps your head. It's
But,
like-
Kills you off.
But for the record, I never
a
thought about this, but I think pretty much exclusively for the last maybe 10-ish years, I think I've almost always, if not always, in a video game where you can choose your character A or B, almost always gone for the girl. Because I realized in that vein of what you said, as a kid, I did that exact mentality. Like, I will play as
Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
I will play as Ryu instead of the girl.
Ryu is the girl. No, Ryu's the guy.
Ryu's the guy, yeah. Or like I will play as Leon instead of Claire in Resident Evil, or like.
Oh, so you always wouldn't pick the girl?
No, I always did pick the guy when I was a kid.
Oh, and now you pick the girl.
You both said the same thing.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you picked the girl as a
I
kid.
said
He's
now
saying now he does it because he's exploring a new side of...
So
Yeah.
I'll tell you a place where you can do that.
without consciously thinking about it. I think I've always just been doing that because I'm so
Assassin's
tired
Creed
of playing
Odyssey,
the guy.
man. You can play as a guy and a girl. They have the choice of that. And most people, I think, pick the girl. But she's a little more badass, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the lady?
Her name is Alexandria. I don't know. I'm making
That's
this.
the place in Egypt.
Well, it's the sequel. Well, technically, it's a prequel to Assassin's Creed Odyssey Origins, which is set in Egypt. But did you ever play Street Fighter?
I did.
Yeah, fucking Street Fighter also. So
That's
good.
great.
Not, but I pretty much committed with Tekken.
What do we say the difference between these games is Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat?
I have a theory.
Tell us.
Go.
Okay. Street Fighter games were made originally. I'm shooting out of my ass.
For arcade?
Your ass is wide
So
open.
is Mortal Kombat.
Your buttocks is wide open.
But
go on.
But
And so was Tekken, I think.
Mortal Kombat had more popularity on the console. I feel.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
I definitely
I agree.
played
I
more
agree.
on the console.
It was
But I
a
played
bigger
more
name.
Street Fighter at the arcade. This is in
Okay, tell me
Sinbad?
this.
Yes.
In Dubai.
Correct.
Right.
Where you get a little
Street
coin
Fighter.
purse with Sinbad on it.
Who made Mortal Kombat? What's the company?
It's called. No, it's not. I know the name of the flippin' studio. It's a new studio which they
Right.
own, but it was not Konami. Konami was Tekken, right? If I'm not mistaken. No,
I thought it was Namco.
Namco is
right?
Tekken.
And so I'm wondering if the
Konami
bigger...
is Street Fighter, and
They all have to be different studios, right? These are all their own versions of
Exactly.
versus
yeah.
games.
I mean, because it's the same question as like, freaking racing games. What's the difference between NFS
Midway.
and Midway?
Well, racing
Really?
games, you
Midway
remember
games,
how
yes.
racing games had this phase where they tried to vary it up a lot? Like you'd have like a road rash where part of the thing is you're supposed to knock stuff over.
Yeah.
Or Need for Speed had Hot Pursuit where
Yes,
there was like a
but
chase element involved.
I think until open worldness happened about 10, 15 years ago, until open worldness became a thing.
All racing games were roughly
underground.
the
They were
same,
pretty
yeah.
much the same, much
Yeah.
like with these fighting games. They were
I think
basically the
that's
same.
There is a
differentiator-
principal difference. I'm telling you, Street Fighter was based in this anime kind of like world. It came from that kind of space. But for Mortal Kombat, which is I think a US game, most of it was.
Oh,
like,
is it?
Yeah. It was. I think it's mostly about like the gore aspect of it. That was what made like it was
Sure.
dark
Like the
and
fatalities
dark.
and what-
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fatalities are what defined that game now.
But that's a design like visual aesthetic.
But that is-
but the
that is the
engine
main difference,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
mean the engine didn't change.
No,
like
well,
the
I think
engine
the-
between the three is the same. It's like two people mash your buttons and
Correct.
Yes, in theory,
nobody
it is.
actually cares about the story. You're literally just doing
No,
it.
but I think
to
that's
see.
what the
Story is
differentiator
everything.
was. Like,
Really?
because essentially they're all like punch 'em up games.
Yeah.
Like, you punch, I punch. The difference became the design of the characters and the
Right.
supposed lore
The
behind
lore
it.
is excellent. Now, I will say this. There is a movie called Street Fighter with
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme
Yep.
playing as Guile.
Right.
He played Guile, which is insane. That movie is bad, by the way.
Of course it is.
It's really bad.
I can't imagine it being good.
Yeah, and yeah, they made Guile the main character because Jean-Claude Van Damme was like very popular at that time. I mean, in my book, he still is.
JCVD.
But JCVD. That movie is fucking amazing, by the way. Okay. Yeah, so that. But Tekken has a movie, by the way.
Really?
Yes, there is a movie. And I saw about 20 minutes of it.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
All right, then.
Are Tekken and Street Fighter still ongoing concerns like
They are.
Mortal Kombat
Yes,
is?
Yeah,
yes.
So there are new
is-
Tekken games
they're
and
going
Tekken is
strong.
on like 7 or 8 or
Yeah,
something.
they're going
Really?
strong. They're going strong. Yeah.
And the lore is still, around the Kazuya family, the Mishima family.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know that. But they don't get hyped as much as Mortal Kombat does, I feel like. Because I haven't heard of them.
Tekken was still like in the beginning of the PlayStation era, PlayStation 1 and 2. I remember it being really huge, and like characters like Eddie Gordo,
Yeah.
and
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah,
and
it was big
it was
on
huge.
console.
Yeah. And I think they couldn't convert the story element. I think what persists is that Mortal Kombat just has the coolest characters, man. As far
It
as
does,
it
yeah.
has
And that
some
was
pretty
the only
cool
real
characters.
differentiator, right?
Yeah.
Plus, when you play the arcade game and stuff, it's like you're supposed to look at them and go like, right, this is the entire background of this character.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a leap, much like a special move in Mortal Kombat.
Actually, it's a normal move. If you want to
It's a pretty normal move. It's the most basic move. It's how you avoid the fireballs and stuff.
yeah.
Allow me to bring this full circle.
All right.
So there's a man out there named Michael Stand.
All right.
Oh,
If there is a vegetable vendor whose name is Rohan, his name is Sub-Zero.
This has been the Geek Food Bulletin.
Do you have a night routine? Well, everyone has one. And the to-do list usually looks like this. Brush your teeth, set that alarm, get into your pajamas, and switch off those screens. But here's one more to add to that list. Tune into the Positively Unlimited podcast for a dose of positive action and tips on how to build powerful mindsets. Episodes out every Monday on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you tune into podcasts.
How many times have you caught yourself Googling stuff on health and wondering if it's the right information? How many times have you heard different health experts give opposing views, which has only left you confused? There are rising cases of cancer, heart, diabetes, stress, and autoimmune diseases. Meet the patients and the experts who paved the path of true healing. Join me, Rachna Chachi, cancer nutrition coach and nutritional therapist on Heal and Hearty. I take you through my own journey of recovery from an incurable disease and the journey of so many others who healed only via nutrition and holistic healing. Find the answers you seek for what's good for your health and what's good for your soul. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. Don't forget your date with good health.